Hello, my name is Peter Parfitt. Welcome to the new Brit workshop. I've had this super little Festool drill, the CXS, for a little while now. I thought, well, it's about time I told you all about it. Now you can buy the Festool CXS in two versions. There's the GB Plus, which is the basic, and there's the GB Set, which is only a few pounds more, and it's well worth it. The GB Set is what I'm going to show you now. When you open the box, you have the drill itself, and in my case, I've already got fitted the Centratec tool chuck, and in it is the Centratec bit holder. You get, of course, the instructions and guarantee information. There is the second battery. There's the battery charger. There is the elbow adapter, which is effectively a right angle chuck, and then there's the normal Jacobs chuck. So you get all of these things in the GB Set version. Now let's take a closer look at the drill itself. Including the battery, this weighs just 0.9 of a kilo, and that's a point I'll return to later. It's powered by a 1.5 ampere hour lithium ion battery, and it's running at 10.8 volts. There's a speed control at the top here. In speed 1 it goes from 0 to 400 RPM, and speed 2 it goes from 0 to 1200. And that speed is controlled via the trigger, and it's fully proportional. So as you squeeze the trigger gently, so the speed will increase up until its maximum for that speed setting. And as you squeeze that trigger, so a work light comes on, focused on the area where you're working. There is a forward and reverse control here. And here we have the torque control, and it ranges from position 1 at 0.3 Newton meters all the way up in position 12 to 3.4 Newton meters. In the drilling position, which is the end one here, you can get up to 16 Newton meters of torque. I have here a 3mm screw, and I've pre-drilled a 2mm hole in this piece of wood. I've got my torque control on 1, and the speed is on 1. And you can see the torque control is sufficiently fine to be able to click in just before this screw has been screwed in. And so if I wanted that to be guaranteed to be screwed in, I'd probably put it up to, for this screw, at about 4. And there we go. And now let's look at the coarse end of the torque control. This is on 12. That speed is on 1. I've got here a 6mm by 60 screw. I'm stopping there because I don't want to go into my bench. And just here you'll see a belt clip. If you wish to remove it, take the battery out and then pull the belt clip out like so. Now when you want to change the battery, just take it out like so and put it in the charger. And from fully flat to fully charged, it takes just 25 minutes with this charger. Now when you insert the battery, the green light will indicate the status of charge. If it flashes very rapidly, then the battery is almost fully discharged. When the flashes become less frequent, then the battery is well on the way to being fully charged. And when the solid green light is showing, then the battery is fully charged. And I'll put the new battery in, like so, and we're ready to go. But we actually need to put some tools in this to make it work. Now with it bare like this, you can put a bit like that in and start using the machine. You can take one of your legacy bits like this one and put it in the end of the machine and start using it straight away. But we want to be a little cleverer than that, and Mr. Festool has provided this Centratec chuck. Now Centratec is the Festool standard for making interconnections between a drill driver and the Festool drill accessories. And this is the Centratec end here on this bit adapter. And all you do is you insert it in there, pull back on the green collar and then insert it all the way. And that's now fitted. And you'll notice that with the Centratec system, things are held very firmly along the axis of operation. Now we're going to remove the Centratec chuck now and put on a Jacobs chuck. Now the beauty of the Festool system with their drill drivers is the fast fix system, and you just pull off the adapter there and the Jacobs chuck is going to go on as simply as that, and that's it in place. It takes seconds to change from drilling to screwdrivering, and that is part of the beauty of having a Festool drill. It's so easy to change from one thing to another. Now this chuck will take drill bits of up to 8mm in diameter. Now let's now look at this. This is the angle adapter. And basically what it does is it takes the fast fix end, which is on the drill, which would be here, and repositions it there. So let's do that now. Take off the Jacobs chuck, and I'm going to put this on, and that's now fitted. And so that's taken the end adapter from the drill to there. So I'm now working at a right angle, and I can use the full range of things in there that I was using before. I can put my Centratec chuck on and screws in at a right angle. I can put my Jacobs chuck on, and I can drill now at a right angle. And it's very useful for getting into very small spaces. I just want to say one thing about the weight of drill drivers. Now, some manufacturers have got it into their head that they've got to keep producing bigger and better machines. And by bigger, that means bigger voltages and bigger ampere hourages for their batteries. And consequently, the machines get heavier and heavier. Well, there are a huge community of people who need a machine which is light enough to be comfortable to use all day. They need a machine which can handle medium-sized screws and smaller items. They want to be able to drill the average size holes, and so on and so forth. They don't need to be lugging around a great big machine every hour of the day. Now, Festool have got it right because they've got a range. They've got things like this, which has got a nice chunky 18-volt battery on it, and this can do the toughest of jobs. But Festool realise there's a large number of people who want something just a little bit smaller. Now let's see what this can do. I'll put this Centratec chuck on here, and in it there is the Centratec adapter with an ordinary posi-drive bit. I've got the torque setting set on 9, and I've just got a block of ordinary wood here. And you can see that that will go in and out very easily. Let's try something just a little bit bigger. This is 50mm by 5mm. And I've got the torque setting exactly where it was. And you heard the mechanical torque control clicking in there as it got to the end of that operation. I'll now take it out, and it comes out easy enough. And this is the point I was making about, why have a huge drill? A 5x50 screw is a pretty reasonable size. You're not going to get many bigger than that you have to put in all day, every day. I've got here a 6mm by 60 screw. But we need to do drilling operations. So if I remove this Centratec adapter, and I'm now going to put in Festool's Forstner bit, they call it a Zobo bit, and I'm going to drill into this piece of wood. I'm going to turn this now to the drilling position, and I'm going to drill a 20mm hole. And there we go, a nice clean 20mm hole, and lots of mess on the bench. So, all right, I'm not going to demonstrate lots and lots of other things, except the angle adapter. Now, with the angle adapter on its own, if I put a bit in here right in the end like so, that keeps that distance to an absolute minimum. And that distance is, it's less than 8 centimeters. So I can get into a fairly tight spot. Now I'm going to put a screw through this MDF through the side in this very confined space in the middle here. That's 120 millimeters across. So here we go. We'll just see how easy this is to do. And there we go. Pretty painless. And of course we can use ordinary drill bits in here. I'll just put the Jacobs chuck on. It goes on as simply as that. And all I then do is just put the bit in like so, and that's it. Now this is an 8mm brad point bit, which is the maximum capacity of this chuck. And it will drill a nice clean hole. Now I make a lot of boxes as my sort of spare time hobby, and you really do need very precise control when you're putting in these small brass screws for these hinges. And so something like this is absolutely ideal. Ordinarily I would have probably done these with a hand screwdriver in the past, but now I can use the CXS. I've got the torque control nice and low. I've got my speed setting on 1, and I'll just demonstrate by taking out this front screw and then reinserting it. Now you can see how easy it is to control the speed of the drill through the proportional trigger. It's very easy indeed. There we go. And so I can now do all of my fine woodwork using this, which is great because when I'm putting in a lot of hinges with my arthritic wrists, a hand screwdriver is a bit of a nuisance. So this is absolutely brilliant. Right, I suppose everyone wants to see me try and break this machine. I'm going to take out the Centratec adapter, and I'm going to put in this Torx Centratec bit. I'm going to turn this on to the maximum torque. It's on speed 1. I've got here a screw which is about 22 centimeters long, and I'd guess it's about a 6mm diameter. This is my block of wood. I've not had a practice go. There are no holes already made in this. Let's just see what this little chap will do. And there it is out the other end. I suppose I'd better take it out just to prove that this machine can do that. And when you're demonstrating this to your friends, just take care because that can get quite warm. Now I think Festool really got it right with this machine because it's small, it's lightweight, yet it's gutsy. And you've seen it put in this rather large screw through this block of wood. Admittedly, this is a piece of pine, but even so, it did a jolly good job. And I really like the fact that you're able to use it for fine work like the screws that go in the hinges of my walnut box that I'm making. And yet it can also do some fairly substantial drilling tasks as well. Now I really do recommend that you get the set version of this because for just a little bit more money you get the extra battery, the angle adapter and the Jacobs chuck, and I think that is very good value indeed. And don't forget, with this tool, as with every other tool, Festool will give you a 3-year guarantee once the tool is registered, and that includes theft insurance as well. I think this is a really lovely machine. I recommend it. I have no hesitation in that whatsoever. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.